Valentine's Day to everybody that's out there. And we're live on Facebook, so I want to say hi to everybody out there as well. Like us and follow us. We're going to share the show later on. Love is in the air is what my first guest had said just before she came on. I have with both husband and wife team here. I have with me Joy and Jon Melby. They are the owners of LoveJoy Hormone Clinic. You got to tell everybody a little bit about yourselves. And, you know, what made you, Jon, you're a man, you've been taking them the last time you were on, we were talking about man and hormones, but they need them, men, and also how you got into this. Welcome to the show again.
Thank you so much for having us. I can't think of a more perfect day to be here as a couple than Valentine's Day.
Absolutely. You know, the thing is, when we started this business, it's kind of like having a lemonade stand when your maybe mom comes out and builds a little banner for you, and then you've got your lemonade out there and you're waiting for people to drive by. 50 cents, probably $1 now for lemonade, I don't know. But then you're sitting out there and will people come? And what's interesting is we opened our doors May 1st of 2019, and it's been growing like crazy. And it's not because of anything other than the fact of mostly referral rate, but we are in the business of restoring people's lives naturally. And what I really enjoy seeing is couples coming in and they're restoring their marriages. They're holding their hands again. They're going on hiking trips. And I ask them, so where are you guys going on vacation? Well, we're going to go to Cancun. You bring the kids? Nope.
You know, I was at your clinic, and I saw the couples come in. This was what was so neat to me, because I got to not only see the clinic, which is so wonderful, the way that you are so warm and so friendly. It is definitely a very family feeling, and I mean, just love. And when you talk about love, joy, definitely the whole clinic is about that, and you can feel it the minute you walk in. Mm-hmm. But when I saw these couples that they came in and were so excited because they were getting to be able to have their relationship, they're restoring their love, not their love for one another, but their love, what they want to do with each other, which is so awesome.
It's at the beginning. You know, the thing I look at is like after a while, it's like anything else. You buy a new car and you've had that for maybe 8 years, 3 years, and it just becomes my car. And the thing from a guy's point of view is our job is to be the knight. Our job is to woo and coo our wives forever, because it just never ends. And the thing is, most guys are just content with whatever they've got. And the reality is it's not. So what I see is they're coming in, they're holding their hands, and you get to see it where they're oohing and gooing over their wife and not looking at other women. Mm-hmm. It's the most amazing thing.
It really is. Now, you're going to do something special today for the couples. So listen up, everybody.
Yes. Well, at LoveJoy Hormone Clinic, we already offer a free consult. So all you have to do with that is just have your labs drawn, and we give you the lab order. We walk you through the process. You come into the clinic, and we review your labs with you. This is no charge to you, just so you can see where you're at. And if you decide that it's something that you want to proceed with, then you pay out of pocket for the cost of the pellet therapy. We don't mess around with creams or shots or anything that is substandard. We want you to have the best. We're going to optimize your hormones, and what we do is we show you the numbers. 1 month later, we show you your numbers, and you tell us how things are in your life. For this Valentine's Day special, if you hear about this on the radio, you can get the couples special. And what that is that husband and wife come in for their consult, we review your labs, and our Valentine's Day special is we have a special thing in the office, a little added extra. It's called a Super B Slim Boost. What is that? It's an injectable vitamin that we like to offer to our patients, and that gives you a little boost of energy, a boost of vitamins, and God knows at this time, what we're all going through, we all need to optimize our vitamins in addition to our hormones. We want you to live your best life, and we want you to have a wonderful marriage. Let's face it, the reason you got married in the first place is to be intimate. Otherwise, you would have just been friends. So we want to keep that going, and we want to keep that healthy in your relationships. So if you're having any issue in your marriage and that is slipping and it's not what it used to be, there's contention, there's irritability, things like that, just come on in and talk to us. We are the experts in this, and we are happy to share our time with you.
Just tell them that you heard it on Networking Arizona. And what this is, it's a boost that you get. It's a little energy booster that you're going to get for free for doing that if you tell them that you heard it on Networking Arizona. You can call them direct. It's 480-780-2588. It's LoveJoyClinic.com. 5-star rated everywhere, and I know why. You can feel it. It exudes from you. Joy.
Yes.
Dr. Joy. I want to call it Doc. I want to talk a little bit about you and the way that you've been doing this. How long? And you do them so many. And to explain why you're an expert in this field.
Right. I started replacing hormones with patients in 2004. So I've been doing it a while. I stopped counting the years, but since then. And years ago, I would use patches, I would use creams, I would use oral medication. I would throw everything at it until in 2013 when I learned how to do pellet therapy. Pellet therapy is bioidentical, it's an exact match, and it's a game changer for women and for men. It's safe, effective, it's been around since 1938. It's based is the wild yam. It's plant-based. And so once you become an expert, you really need to see an expert about this, someone who does it every day, all day. So I think on an average day I see 15 to 20 people. And so tens of thousands of pellet insertions. For women, it takes a minute. For men, it takes 3 minutes. And you really need to see someone who knows how to dose it appropriately, follow your lab work, and do it so that you get all of the benefit with very, very little side effect, very little negative.
So now you, Jon, you have also been taking them for how long?
Since about 2014. Made sure she had a year under her belt before I tried it.
Yeah.
But actually, I didn't go to see her. I saw somebody else that she worked with. And that's 2014. And at that time, I was about 50 years old or so. And the big difference that I saw is just my ability to stay alert. And as we get older, at least for men, I just couldn't think as clearly. And I see that today where I see older men where they're just trying to make a decision driving and doing a lot of different things. Well, now, thank God. Thank God I did that because I'm on a treatment plan that's every 6 months for me as a man, but I'm playing hockey like I did when I was a kid. And I'm one of the fastest on the ice when I play at 60 years old. The other thing is I'm writing 3 books. Who does that at 60? And then this weekend I have an air show in Buckeye. I'm an air show pilot, so I'll be flying there.
Pretty cool.
The point is that for men, we're supposed to be men. We're supposed to go out and do things and keep going. Don't stop.
And you know what? You don't want to have to stop. You want to make that your love relationship just so right on.
Yep.
And usually it's probably your hormones that you're dealing with, and the only way you're going to know is by having them do a consultation with you, and that's free. And if you're a couple and you tell them that you heard it on Networking Arizona, you don't have to be a couple and go in there. I just want people to understand that.
Right.
But this is a little special that they're offering, which is this little energy boost that you're going to get. Call them. Their number is 480-780-2588. Hang tight. We're going to be back in just a minute. So welcome back, everyone. We are talking with Joy and Jon Melby. They're the owners of LoveJoy Hormone Clinic. And, it's one thing to buy flowers, guys, and it's another thing to be wooing and cooing. And then again, it's also another thing for the woman to want to also be doing that. But the minute you're wooing and cooing, believe me, they're going to want to do that. But we're talking hormones and love how that comes into play. And you do a special right now. We're talking couples right now, but anyone, and your office is very busy. I've been to it. It's unbelievable how but it's wonderful how each person you attend to, each one of them. I also had my blood drawn. I had to do it. I wanted to do it and they went over that with me. I'm going to come back and get you to do that with me too.
Absolutely.
It's something that almost everyone you know, especially even if you're a teenager, not young, but you know, your hormones can be out of whack when you've got acne going or whatever it is that's going on. I'm just saying that there's a lot of things that people deal with their issues that they have, and some of it could be just your hormones.
Yes. Well, I want to tell a little story about one of my patients because it just popped in my head. Now, this particular man came in, and he was at the time 85 years old and married for 64 years. And the story was that him and his wife had not been intimate in over 24 years.
Oh, wow.
And he'd go to his doctor every year, and he would see his doctor and get his blood pressure checked, and he'd have the complete physical, and he would leave the office, and never once in 20 years did the topic of testosterone come up. So what happened is he was referred by some friends to our clinic, both the husband and the wife, who were in their 80s. And I want to let people know at any decade, you can benefit from testosterone therapy. So, true story, this man had his blood work done, and range for men's testosterone, let's say it's 250 to 1100. It's a very big range. And we know optimal to be above 700, right? So this gentleman came in, and his testosterone level was 13.
Aww.
Right? Makes you say, ah. And he said, what is this? I've never had my doctor never checked it. I said, well, did you ever complain? Did you ever tell him there's no intimacy in your marriage, anything like that? Nope, never came up. All right, it needs to come up. We need to be checking this. So this gentleman said, I would like to try these hormones. And him and his wife came in and tried a little testosterone. And do you know that after a 20-year absence of intimacy, these two, they were just like newlyweds again.
Oh, how cute.
The bickering stopped. Imagine that. Their moods were better. Hurting people hurt people. When they're not feeling good, they can, you know, really send some mean comments to you. But if they're feeling good, they have more energy, they're sleeping better at night, things are better, everything's better. So a lot of times I like to talk about it as the big domino, and when that falls. So as the story continues, this gentleman said to his primary care doctor the next time he saw him, you know, 20 years you never checked my testosterone, and I tried this. He said, well, you never told me, right? So it's something that we need to talk about. It's a real issue. It's nothing to be embarrassed of. It happens to everybody. As you get older, you just need a little bit more zip.
But you also have to go to somebody who specializes in it, and you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing I want to say really quickly is that there's the kind of tests that you do and the kind of that you run.
Yes.
Are different than when you just go to your doctor and you say, can you check my hormone levels?
Right.
It's different. They don't know what to check for.
Honestly, they quite honestly don't. And if they're not up on it, they're down on it most of the time. Mm-hmm. So what I like to do is I like to tell the patients, now you go educate the rest of the medical professionals you see. Tell them what made a difference in your life so that they're going to catch on. Because oftentimes they weren't trained on any of this.
Well, and they're natural, and they've been around since the 30s.
Yes.
So, you know, and believe me, you want, what are they made of? What did you say?
It's actually the basis from the wild yam.
So it's from a wild yam, and it is very healthy, and you can't, this is something that certainly is worth to try.
Yes.
Right? I mean, you're going to try, most people feel great on it.
Yes.
Right? Also something that I want to say that I want to give out their information before we want to talk about the little blue pill in just 1 second, okay? So first of all, you are 5-star rated everywhere, okay? You do free consultations. You're rated with the Better Business Bureau, and you've got a special going on for couples right now. You don't have to be a couple to call them, but you do have a special that's going on right now, and that is not only the free consultation, but you're getting a free energy boost. That's awesome to get that. And with the two combined, it's like a $530 value. Their phone number to call direct is 480-780-2588. It's LoveJoyClinic.com. Call them, tell them you heard it on Networking Arizona. I want to talk about the little blue pill, because what you said at the break to Facebook land was what, John?
Well, it's not a Tylenol PM or one of those either. Little blue pill. That'll put you to sleep. Little blue pill could be,
I think a lot of this audience knows what that little blue pill is.
So the audience understands what a blue pill is, and the difference is that actually will help you with blood flow. And for men, obviously, we know what that does. But what about the desire? The desire, if it's not there, it's not there. So now it becomes a chore, like taking out the garbage, cleaning your garage, and all the things us guys don't really like to do. So what you want is a desire. And just like when we were 21, men, we had hormones, testosterone. And we would go out there and use our game that we had at the time to talk to girls, and we had one agenda, right guys? So that one agenda, when you're 50, 60 years old, 70, 80 years old, it changes because we are older and we know what that means. So now it's a lot smoother. And the difference is I don't need the blue pill. I need to have the desire. When you have the desire, it's the most amazing thing to watch your wife go right back to when you first got married, where she's like, that's my husband. And that's what the desire is, and that's the purpose.
So it isn't, it's not, sorry, I should say it this way. It's not normal for you to lose that desire.
Well, as age, a lot of men will have a low testosterone, but not all of them. Sometimes we will find a rare man who still has an optimal testosterone, and he's elderly. It is pretty rare though. Mm-hmm. But the levels do decline with age, so the desire usually
does. What about
does.
this? And I'm not sure how. I got to be very careful on how I'm saying this. But for women, they may not also have the desire, but they also might not feel like it's that comfortable, if that's the way to say
Yes,
that.
yes.
You know, what are some of the things that? Well, we're talking love here, so we're
love is in the air.
But you know, some of those things that are happening that might just say, you know what, I don't think I can anymore.
Right. So the first thing that usually happens in the 50s, average age of menopause is 51, is that there's dryness and there's discomfort. And so when you replace your hormones and we work out the perfect concoction for you, we can restore that.